AskReddit, what's the weirdest or creepiest dream you've ever had? I'm gonna go for my favorite dream. I was in space. There was a skeleton behind the teacher's desk, trying to teach me how to wrap cheese into existence, with a photograph of Earth behind him. The skeleton grew an orange afro about halfway through the lesson. Instead of stars or planets in the distance, it was eyeballs of assorted size, all staring at me. And there was a sexual tension between us. At the end of the dream, I woke up in a dream wearing the skeleton afro. And then I woke up in reality, with my regular hair. I was in a dark room. In front of me, there was a mirror. I was eating myself, tearing flesh and muscle away from my body. I was covered in blood around my lips and teeth. I formed a blood-caked grin, watching myself in the mirror. And I started laughing. Laughing like I just lost my last strands of sanity. Had the same dream for 3 or 4 nights. Dreamt about a close friend of mine who got roped into a gang. Every night, the dream went farther along and got worse. The last night, I saw my friend murdered right before me. I was present like the ghosts in A Christmas Carol. I could see, but I couldn't do anything. Like I was seeing into the future. Blood was everywhere, and I woke up an emotional mess. I messaged them right away because, I don't know, man. What if I actually saw the future or something? They received it very well. Who knows what it meant? Exhausting journey through the woods with mobs of people and some kind of nuclear fallout with shit still dropping. Air tasted like metal. As much gray smoke as there was green. That part was dark. People making human sacrifices. I'll skip that. Arrived at a big clearing, table set up to feed masses of people. Like Thanksgiving in the middle of nowhere. Everyone was thank you. We were going to town on the food. I knew where I was about. It seemed off. Wasn't no one going to listen to me when I said, "Hey, don't, I'm feeling the hunger too." This ain't right. Think about it. I started sneaking off from the servers, hosts, and trekking home. Looking back when I heard screaming. Everyone started fucking melting where they sat, on the tables with all this pretty food into gore puddles like they just ate some acid death in a pretty package. I got home, picked some almonds off a tree, and sat under it. Resting. Phew. Glad I made it. Smashed them on the tree, eating the meat, spitting out shards of a shell. I was hungry as all the masses of goop gore people were. Heard a voice. It said what a clever boy. Not so clever though if you think you're ever safe. Tree's roots come up from behind that almond tree and strangled me to death. I fucked Kermit. Interesting. My scariest dream was when my mother chased me down a hallway that never ended. Then I woke up and I got back to sleep. When I slept, I was still in the dream. I was in a box full of water and I was locked. Then I escaped and was chased by a corrupted creature. Bloody mouth, full black, disfigured mouth, long arms. And then, and it stabbed me with his one nail hand. Then I woke up. I didn't sleep that night. I've always had some pretty weird dreams, but this one definitely takes the cake. I was at some sort of rest stop, and it was getting dark. There were showers there, so I went in and sat down to be alone for a while, just to breathe and relax. Sadly, that relaxation was only momentarily, because I started to feel something weird in my arms and legs, like there was something inside me. I could see these tiny things moving just around my skin, just under my skin. I was about ready to puke at this point. A few of these things burst through the skin on my arms, leaving open sores. They looked like tiny parasitic worms. A few crawled out and fell onto the floor, disappearing down the drain. A few stayed partially in my skin. I grabbed one of these little creatures to try to pull it out of me. It held on tight, and I even ended up losing my grip. It's about ripping my skin open even more. I can feel it crawling inside me, moving, burrowing through my skin. All of the open sores they left were bright red and bleeding. I woke up crying. I couldn't sleep for 3 days afterwards. I do have a few more if you'd like to hear. I woke up surrounded by fire, excruciating pain. I saw a shadow in the distance, so I started running towards it. When I got there, I found the girl facing away from me. She was ripping up a book and throwing it into the flames. She turned around and I realized she was me, but not the me I am right now. She looked like who I aspired to be in the future. The book she was ripping up was a Bible. She told me that it was all my fault. Then the flames died and I was in a field. The field was full of the bodies of everyone I had ever met. The closer their bodies were, the more I cared about them. I look down and find that I'm holding a gun. Only 3 other people are alive. They are the 3 people I care most about. The people change every time I have the dream. It is recurring. But the last one is always my baby brother. I shoot the 3rd person with not much hesitation. The second one is a bit harder because they always say it isn't my fault and that they forgive me. But I always do it. The last one is my baby brother. He just sits on the ground, sucking on his pacifier. I do everything I can to drop the gun, but I can't. My hand is not being controlled by me. I pull the trigger, but he is not hurt. I look down and the knife is coming out of my chest. Then I wake up back in the flames and repeat until I finally wake up for real. One time I had a dream where Ernie from Sesame Street kidnapped me and my brothers and was gonna murder us. And for some reasons, my mom was there and she didn't believe me when I tried warning her. Then I stole her car. Then I woke up. Alright. Where Ernie from Sesame Street kidnapped me and my brothers. Son of a bitch. One time. Yeah, that's fucking weird.